The most tumultuous time in Grand Cathay's history came when a combination of invasions of the Chaos from the north and the Monkey King from the south, alongside a 4th century disappearance of the Dragon Emperor and the Moon Empress, nearly led the Empire to ruin. Then, more than any other time, the natural competition between the Emperor's children reached its peak and Grand Cathay was essentially divided into warring states. This allowed the Monkey King to take power and claim dominion over the Empire. An act heinous enough to galvanize the warring siblings into once again putting aside their differences to fight for their father's throne. At the key moment, the Emperor and Empress returned and helped to defeat the Monkey King, who fled south. Little is known of him or his fate. This is a paragraph from the new Cathay lore blog that CA have just posted. While the Monkey King has had some mentions in the previous editions of Warhammer Fantasy over the years, there was never really any indication of whether the Monkey King would be acknowledged by CA for Total War, and whether that might mean that a Monkey King or a monkey-based faction might make it into the game. Well, with this lore blog, we can see he does get acknowledged, and he's actually an enemy of Cathay rather than an ally, which I think I personally expected, that he would be working alongside Cathay, maybe be worked into their army somehow, but no, he's an enemy. But with the sentence, he fled south and little is known of his fate, it leaves it open to the Monkey King actually returning and indeed being a part of Total War. But if he's not going to be integrated into the Cathay roster, where's he going to go? I can't see them making an entire monkey faction just for the boy, but who knows, maybe they will. Maybe the Monkey King will be attached to some Chaos God and work for them, as he is kind of a bad guy seemingly. But I think it's pretty cool that he did get acknowledged and that he may come into Total War someday in one form or another, whether it just be as a DLC, as some extra units for another faction, or maybe, who knows, as an entirely fleshed out faction. But of course, that's all up to Games Workshop and what they want to do with it. But I guess whether you like the idea or not also depends on what kind of Monkey Kingdom you envision. Do you think of this Warcraft Monkey King from Mists of Pandaria? Maybe that's a little too cartoony and, well, monkey-like, walking on his hands like an actual monkey, rather than being a more Planet of the Apes style, upright, intelligent monkey. Something like these images, perhaps. Some of this taken from a Chinese game called Wukong or something like that, but it looks kind of Planet of the Apesy, right? But seems like it could kind of be a cool fit for Warhammer Fantasy. There's probably a borderline where it might become almost cheesy or cartoony, so you would have to be careful with it, but I think there's some cool opportunity there. But maybe a more primal approach to the Monkey King and his units would be better. There are units already that we can kind of envision as monkey units. Take the Crypt Ghouls here, skin them up as chimps, and well, there you go. There's some monkey warriors. Be it in a very primal and base form. No armor, no real weapon. Or, like I say, you could go the other way, have them stand upright, give them armor, give them weapons, give them actual formations. Or maybe a bit of both. You could have the lower tier, less intelligent, just primal fury chimps, and then the Planet of the Apes chimps that are upright and a bit smarter and using equipment. Or you could envision rat ogres as gorillas. Gorilla ogres, or, just massive gorillas. That would look like a pretty cool unit, smashing everything, ripping people's arms off. That would be pretty awesome. Maybe I'm getting carried away here. Or you could go for a big jungle vibe. Have some doggos, have some birds, have some elephants, all potentially under the command. But that feels maybe a little too far and a little almost too Jungle Book, perhaps. But I don't think it's something that we necessarily need. If we never saw the Monkey King materialize physically in the game, it wouldn't be the end of the world. It's not something we really need. We've got a lot of factions. There's a lot of other factions that I'm sure people would prefer to see, like Nippon or Araby. A lot of other factions that are probably more deserving and would be more interesting to be fleshed out fully. But like I say, it's all Games Workshop's choice, of course. But either way, I think it's pretty cool that the Monkey King is getting into the lore at least, and maybe one day into Total War. CA do love leaving hints as to what they're going to do next, little random clues, but it's hard to say if this is one of them or whether this is just the exact Games Workshop lore, who probably don't like pulling people's legs so much, so who knows. We'll see though. We still got a lot to look forward to in Warhammer 3. Cathay's going to be cool, all the Chaos stuff's going to be cool, Kislev, we still got to find out what the 7th pre-order race faction is. My money, I reckon, is Ogre Kingdoms, I'm going to say, but we'll see. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. See you in the future.